Longtime viewers of the show know that there are some things I feel strongly about. No, this time I'm not talking about how much fall is overrated or how badly we need to transition to permanent daylight savings, though it is, and we do. I'm talking about a much more fun cause near and dear to my heart, a car-free Newbury Street, where you can stroll, drink in hand, anywhere you please as you shop. Of course, I've been on this mission for years. I first pitched it to then Boston Police Commissioner Bill Evans, first time he ever came on Boston Public Radio. He then said he'd mention it to then Mayor Marty Walsh, and a year or so later, voila. But you don't have to take my word for it. A few years back, Mayor Walsh acknowledged the critical role I played. Do you want me to speak before you at the opening ceremony, or should I speak? When would you like me to address the crowd?
I was thinking at this point, I should probably introduce you.
Now, he didn't, but he should have. Anyway, after the first Open Newbury Street in 2016 was a success, it became a bit of a tradition, one that became all the more important this summer with businesses still trying to recover from COVID. And I'm happy to announce that once again, a car-free Newbury Street will be back this weekend. But shouldn't there be more? Michael Serpa, the chef and owner behind that street's Grand Tour, as well as Select Oyster Bar and others, a half block over, joins me. Michael, it's great to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well, Jim. Thanks for having me on.
So what is the occasional Sunday closing of Newbury Street and the stuff that's happened during COVID in terms of outdoor dining? What's it done for your business?
I mean, for what we're doing on Newbury Street, particularly with the city, being very helpful in terms of allowing outdoor dining this year as well as last year, and allowing the street patios. That's been, that saved a lot of restaurants, especially with last year before those vaccinations, and then this year, just helping kind of to recover a little bit and kind of start to dig out of the hole that, COVID has put in the restaurant industry.
How about the closures? How about the closures themselves? Those Sundays are incredible.
Yeah, the Sundays that they've been doing the last couple of years, thanks to you, have been, they've been super. It's been super busy for restaurants, the shops, people on the street, active. And, I think as a pilot program, which they've been doing for a couple of years now, Open Newbury has been wildly successful. And it's shown the appeal and the draw of a pedestrianized street in our city, and a main thoroughfare, a big shopping street, a big services street. So I've seen it in person. People come out, thousands of people come out for this, and it's a draw.
By the way, there was a poll, informal one, Boston.com did not too long ago, asking people in greater Boston how they felt about a pedestrian-only street in their community, Boston or whatever. 92.5% said yes. So if the retail shops, the restaurants, the customers all like it, maybe, I don't know if you're the right person to ask, why aren't there more of these things? Why are there only occasional Sundays like the one coming up?
Yeah, so I think there's a little bit of opposition, which I think is, honestly, I think it's wrong. It's opposition by some vendors, and particularly the Newbury Street League, opposing the pedestrianizing of it, opposing making Open Newbury Street a weekly tradition or weekend tradition or a full-time by removing the parking. And they're saying that people won't come down if there's no parking. Look at the video. People come down. They come down. There's no parking on Open Newbury. Thousands of people come down. We've lost parking this year because of restaurants like mine having street patios. People still come out. They still come out to the shops. And I think it's actually making it more of a draw if there's an area where you can go, socialize, walk around, and make it a little bit of a benefit for everybody involved, including the shops, including the service companies, the services and all that stuff, by saying, okay, we're going to do this every week. Let's do it every Sunday to start, for spring to fall. Now you can invest on having an outdoor space, an outdoor, market, table, computer systems, all that stuff. So the shops can actually get the benefit
as well.
That's
a great point.
But not just grounds.
By the way, I have to say, you're talking to somebody, if I had the power and I have none, I would say every Sunday in a second. But I have to say, I think why are you thinking so small? Meaning,
I'd like to shut it down all the time.
Well, that's exactly, for those who don't know, for 40 plus years in my hometown, Chestnut Street was closed and a main thoroughfare. They ended it a couple of years ago. Now they're regretting it. All you have to do is go to Broadway around Times Square in New York City. Shut down. It's a pedestrian walkway. You know, you spend time in Florida. Miami's got whatever it's called, Lincoln Road or whatever the.
Lincoln Road is the prime example of what we could turn here. Because Lincoln Road is a high-end street. There's high-end restaurants. There's high-end shops. And Lincoln Road has, for just looking at commercial real estate, some of the highest rent rates in the city. But Lincoln Road is a destination on its own. So Lincoln Road, if it's just cars driving down it and people looking for parking, is just a whatever. But now that it's pedestrianized, it's actually one of the biggest draws in South Beach.
Exactly.
Just like we're slow bleeding ourselves by saying we need to save these parking spots.
So, by the way, the thing I don't, again, you're not the policy guy, but quickly, I don't understand the parking thing. I mean, if you can't park on Newbury Street, which generally you can anyway, you park one block over, you put in a parking lot, you take a ride share, or God forbid, you take the T. I mean, there are other places to park and travel, right?
Yeah. So there's a way to get here, and there's opportunity. And you know, the parking in Back Bay, they've jacked the prices up on meter parking, which is totally fair. And you can't park, right? So, as an example, yesterday, a couple of days ago, I was looking at our patio, and we have a nice street patio. It's on Newbury and Hereford, and it's about 3 parking spots. And I say 3 parking spots is usually 3 people in 3 cars, and they're sitting there for hours. It could be 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, whatever it is. The patio is full of 40 people or so having a great dinner, and they're all sitting around having a good time, utilizing that public space by more people. So more people are utilizing the public space, spending more money, creating more jobs. So I have to have more servers, more support staff, more kitchen staff to maintain that patio. So a space that 3 people would be using to leave a car is now being utilized by 40 or 80 people to enjoy dinner, to spend time out, to utilize. It's the highest and best use of the space of the city is by taking away those parking spaces and then giving that to the retail spaces to thrive here. And it's just a draw for the city that we're really missing.
Okay, we're out of time. I have 2 things to say. All 3 of your restaurants are fabulous, and think big. Think big, Michael.
I think it should be shut down all the time, at least spring to fall. And I think the city's missing an opportunity to really transform.
Michael, it's good to see you. Good luck.
Likewise, Jim. We'll see you soon.
Take care.
Cheers.